Pooh so mad cause he can do it like me. Pooh stay mad cause he sippin' that tea. Pooh so mad can't get it like me. Wanna ride out with lovely. When you see me coming to the DKUs, you won't lit and you know what we're talking about. When you see me coming, step in, step out. When you see me, we gon' run our mile. At the DKUs, that's for sure. You see me coming and I'm coming back for more. When you see me and I see you, we at the gears I see do. Yo, I probably need to go to hell or something for this video, but I just gotta do this video because it's just been on my mother freaking mind, and like it's bothering me, yo. Like it's literally bothering me, and I don't know why it's bothering me, because this might be like the craziest thing I've heard in a while. Okay, so bear with me, sit tight, put your seatbelt on because you might need it. Okay, so if you don't know, the Reverend Run show was on TV for a good minute, and Justine Reverend's wife, she kind of had one of those somber voice where she kind of talked, you know, kind of low and in a certain manner or whatever. But if you remember, Russe, who I believe is named after Russell Simmons, who is Reverend Run's brother. Russe Simmons was one of the younger child. And if you don't know, Angela Simmons, Vanessa Simmons is supposed to be Reverend Run's children. Well, Russe was the quiet one, you know. And everybody knows, like, he's really low key. Like, he doesn't really hang around a lot. He doesn't, you know, do too much. Like, he just kind of sits in the background, you know. And he always act like he was uncomfortable. Like, we didn't think nothing of it, but we just felt like maybe the stardom was just too much for him, you know, and we just kind of like let it go or whatever. But recently, you know, I was watching a video.
In this house, family life.
Sorry about that. I was really trying to look for another clip because if you know, Russe didn't really talk that much, but he did. So here's a little bit of his voice.
I'm Russe Simmons, and shout out to FFA.
Oh my gosh, I never heard him talk like that, for real. I never talked like that. Was a really good sound of Russe. Because normally he had a really good like voice that was like kind of deep and raspy. And somebody mentioned that he sounded a lot like Chrisean Rock. And okay, I'm like, yeah, you motherfucking right, he do, you know. But I didn't think nothing of it. And so you're going to have to really just go look and see how Russe used to sound and how Chrisean Rock used to sound. Because this doesn't sound anything like the Russe I remember. Chrisean Rock definitely talks like the Russell or Russe that I remember. And if you look in the photos, like these are kind of like different or whatever. So at the end of the day, the photos, if you look at Chrisean Rock and you look at Russe, they do have some similarities. And keep in mind, I don't care, you know, who Russe rose with. You know what I'm saying?
Has a few choice words for her.
But, you know, if he be who you are, if this is what you're doing, I don't care. Like, be who you are. So let's see if we can hear Chrisean's voice.
My baby is I got a plan, but I gotta say something. I gotta say something. First of all, say Merry Mother Christmas. You Merry Mother Christmas. Ho ho ho. Happy Mother.
That is Chrisean's voice, okay? And to be honest, that's kind of how I remember Russe sound. That first voice was actually Russe, and that was about 7 years ago. But I didn't even know he sounded like that. He sounded normal. But everybody knows who listens to the Run's house, Russe always had this really weird, unique voice. So I was trying to forget it. Then I started looking at how Chrisean Rock looked. And I started thinking about how Russe looked. Chrisean Rock looked and how Russe looked. Yo, I'm just saying, you know, with all this medical stuff going on, all these medical procedures going on, it could low-key happen. And so I couldn't really, you know, find the old Russe voice. You know, you have to look at that. But I did look online. So Rusty will be about 26, and it said I think he was like 5'4", 5'6". I'm trying to look and see what Chrisean Rock is or whatever. But on the clip with Rusty, it said that he was an aspiring actor and rapper. And it said that he actually was on some rap songs. And I'm thinking to myself, I had no idea that Rusty even rap. Because that's like really funny to me, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like if he rapped, he rapped. But if you do know, Chrisean Rock, I know, is supposed to be in her 20s. And I'm trying to see if I can find anything on her. Like, shoot, I really can't. But I'm looking. But she also is a rapper, and she's very much into the social media platform. So it's like it could very much be a hormonal change. Not saying that it is. This is all alleged, and I have not had anything confirmed. But it really like is bugging me that I can kind of see a resemblance. And Russie was a child, and you know, as a child, you kind of keep your mouth shut. You don't really go against the grain. Your parents are preachers, so you're gonna really stay low cut. But let's just say that he really did want to transition, and he was feeling uncomfortable as his own self, and decided to, you know, to just play a boy or whatever. And which is perfectly okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you. But and I know Chrisean Rock had a mother that she showed, and it was definitely not Reverend Run's wife. So therefore, it's probably not even him. Chrisean is probably not even him, okay? But I'm trying to look up Chrisean, and she's been around enough to have something on Wikipedia about her. But I'm looking, and I'm not really seeing it because I'm trying to, you know, see the comparison of the two, and it's really kind of pissing me off just a little bit. But it's cool. But what I'm trying to say is, let's just say he finally grew up, decided to be himself, wanted to, you know, do him. And in the process of deciding to do him, he just decided to be who he was. Because if you know, you hardly ever see him pop out with his family. Like, you hardly ever see that. And maybe let's say he said, well, I'm just going to do me. And then he was like, and they was like, you know, we don't want that around us because we don't condone it because, you know, the father is a reverend. And you know how some people can be really anal about that Christian stuff. And so maybe he was like, I want to do me. I'm going to live this new life. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. Now, Lord forbid, this may not even have nothing to do with him, is what I'm saying. But I just kind of can't unsee the similarity in appearances now, okay? And so it's really freaking me out because you hardly ever see him on anything. But it says like Chrisean is 22. As far as her height, I'm trying to look. I don't see much about her, which is weird, bro. But at the end of the day, do y'all notice any similarities in Chrisean and Russie the pictures that I put up? You know what I'm saying? Because you always saw that he just felt super uncomfortable. Now, true enough, when you were a kid, you do kind of feel, you know, nervous, especially in the spotlight every day. But Lily, Angela Simmons has a TV show that she's on a lot. Vanessa, when did you hardly ever see Russie? Like, he kind of kept to himself. He was not very comfortable in his skin, and it showed. Like, everybody knew it. Even as he got older, it didn't really seem that he was comfortable. But when you find out you're on your own, you can do what you want to, like, that freedom just kind of kicks in, and you don't give a fudge about how nobody sees you. We gonna do you. And you know, Chrisean allegedly has hands, you know what I'm saying? So maybe that's why she's knocking beaches out, you know what I'm saying? And allegedly, Chrisean put her hands on Blueface. And maybe that's why she was able to knock a dude out, you know, because maybe she a dude, you know what I'm saying? And you know, she do got that deep, raspy voice, if you know what I'm saying. Like I said, Russie had a deep, raspy voice. Now, like I said, I may go to hell for these, I might be whatever, but you know, they have pills out now, they have surgeries out now, you can do implants now. Like, it's so much now that can transition people. And tell me, when's the last time you like really seen Russie like out? Because to be honest, you know, he's really low key. And I actually went to his page, on IG, baby, he had like 1 or 2 photos. It was the weirdest thing I ever seen. So if you are getting rid of your past, maybe it's because you live in a new truth, living in a new past, a new present. And like I said, I do not care how he chooses to live his life. If that's who he identifies with, if that's who he is, that's who he wants to be, then I feel like he needs to live in that truth. But like I said, I'm not saying that's the case. It just really had me thinking really weird when somebody mentioned that they had a similar voice, because Chrisean Rock is definitely familiar. I mean, it's very unique because it's annoying, and Russe's voice was very much annoying and unique, you know what I'm saying? But it made them who they were, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that they sound alike and low-key kind of look alike, I'm just saying. Okay, it got me wondering, it got me thinking, and I could be wrong, I could be tripping, but all I'm saying, I see some similarities in the complexion of the skin, in the height area, the features, the sound of the voice. You know what I'm saying? Him taking out his photos off IG. Similar age possibilities in their 20s. But if he really has anything like that to do with Chrisean, I would be surprised and really would freak out. But all I'm saying is I really hate that somebody brought this to my attention, because until I see Russe pop out again, which may be never, because Russe's very, very private, I hardly ever see him on anything. Like, I really can't confirm or deny. Maybe they just related. I don't know, but there's definitely some similarities. There's definitely some distance. And like I said, I went to Russe's page. Now, true enough, it may not be his actual page, but it is. I said it may not be his actual page because he has a blue check, okay? But this page has 40K followers. He's followed by both his sisters. The last picture was like showing like a balcony scene. In December, he did a photo. But a lot of the photos are younger, but then some people are saying he looks young regardless. He has a young baby face, you know what I'm saying? But literally, he only has like 4 or 5 or 6 photos, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why take all your photos down? You know what I'm saying? And he did post a story, but the story was not his face. So it probably is not him, it's probably not. But it just really got me wondering, like, is he okay? Like, why is he in hiding? Why is he not showing his face? Because I will love Russe no matter who he is, because I appreciated him for being unique, But some people will ridicule people that are unique, and maybe he took that to heart. But I felt like he was a star, you know what I'm saying? And Chrisean is definitely bold, powerful, unique in her own right, and I don't know if they have anything in common. I'm just speaking on what was said and how I've been feeling about it, but I definitely want to know how you feel about it. Can you see that that's too far-fetched? Do you think that it can have some kind of truth in it? Do you think it's crazy bazy? Have you seen Russell lately? Do you want to see Russell? Like, could you see what I'm saying? Or am I tripping? Let me know down below.
I'm sorry, but I gotta go right now. We come to you, but I gotta go right now. You're still my friend, but you gotta come again. Still a long time with me, friend. Until next time, stay a little, stay loud. Until next time, stay now.